Well, today we have Hunkydory, two of their quick card kits, Fabulous Flowers and Into the Wild. And these are the kinds of cards that you can make. They are 6x4. Everything comes in the package to make 16 cards. And Heidi has done some very clever things with these. So please come play with us. Now, before we get into cards, I just want to tell you that I will be showing you all of the art that's in here. You're going to get 2 of each one to make 16 cards quickly and easily. So let me just start with the flowers, and I'll start with the card that I just showed you. And this is what Heidi has done. And this is pretty much following the directions that are in the package. So let me show you what the sheet looks like. It's like this. It is a A4, so it's a little over 8.5 by 11. You can see the foiling. And this area is scored in the middle. That is the card base, and you can see that that's how she has used it. You do get some borders, and you get some extra little areas that have some design on them. And then also, as I said, the foil pieces. So what Heidi did is she simply cut out the card and then folded it. So everything's ready. You might want to do a bone folder to burnish that fold. Then she took the largest topper, the foil topper here, and glued it into the center. You could certainly foam tape it if you wanted to. Now, Let Your Dreams Blossom, that was a foam tape down below. Each one of these sheets will make one card. You get 16 of them. You get 2 of each design. There's also this Lovingly Handmade by topper. And in this case, there's also a couple of tags and another one just for you. Now, one of the borders has heartfelt wishes all across it. And again, as I said, it's foiled. And she used that and foam taped it just below the fold. And that just added another touch. Then she also, you can see, I think you can, we can get in closer. She used some thin line dazzles, and these are the silver ones. You can see that she placed them just right along the edge of the pink area. And that comes in a package like this. It's got black, white, gold, and silver. So that makes it easy. Then she also took our pink jewel dazzles and attach them to the center of the flowers, and then also the tiniest one in between the heartfelt wishes. So that completed her card front. Now, to go to the inside, she took one of these extra pieces of art, so you can see it's right here, and glued it to the bottom of the inside of her card. And then she took the other border and glued that just above it. And then more of the thin line dazzles, you can see, are right here and here on each side of that second strip. Now, she took another of the thin lines and kind of made this clothesline, just placed it there. And she foam taped the 2 tags right here. And then she took another part of this art and did these, cut out these little pennants. So they are about 3/8 of an inch by 1 inch. Then she just cut a V in the center and glued those down. And since she had 540 of the pink jewel dazzles on that sheet, she added them to the top of each one, and then again into the center of the flowers on that border. And that took care of it. Now, in the kit, you do not get envelopes, but very nice. They will fit easily inside our 10 envelopes. So we've included those in the instructions. So that way you're not left hanging. So that works nicely. Now, you can follow the instructions, but you know, our designers are always wanting to do something different. And this is our next card. And as you can tell, it's using our slimline cards and envelopes. And this is the sheet that she used. So again, this is scored in the middle, and it has all of those foil pieces and then some borders. There's one that says handmade just for you by, and she's done some clever things with that. So to begin with, you'll want to take this piece and cut it out. Then what Heidi did is she glued that to the front of her card, but you're going to have this part that's left. So when you cut that out, go ahead and cut the top one along that line, that white dotted line. So cut that part off. Then when you put glue on the front of your slimline and place this on top, it will take care of most of the paper, or most of the cards, sorry. So spread that down and then trim off the excess. Then take this piece and match it up here, glue it in place, and trim off the excess. The same idea. Did you get all that? You're going to use this piece, cut it out, trim that off, then put glue on this and position this piece, trim it, take that piece, put glue down, place it, and then trim it. Then you're going to have something that looks just like this. Now, can you see the foiling that's going there? That is both of the border pieces. So one has got poppies and one has got thank you. So she simply glued those along that white dotted line. So that just worked out nicely, and then just trimmed off the excess. Now this is the main piece right here. She's foam taped that in place. Then she wanted to add more poppies. So, clever woman that she is, she went into our 6x6 poppies. And you get a nice piece right here. So she just fussy cut these out and foam taped some at the top. You can see the shadow. And then glued and foam taped some at the bottom of this piece. Now, she took the one that's the poppies and glued it just right under, and then foam taped that piece, and then took the second one and foam taped that, and then added these other pieces. Now, again, she did the same technique, but this time with the gold jewel dazzles. They are on the centers of all the flowers, as you can see. And so that worked nicely. Now, she did want to add a bit of shine, and so she used the bow maker to make a bow, and this is out of the orange collection of ribbons, and that's also going to come in handy for Halloween, which is coming up, and zotted it right there, right below the big piece. Now, for the inside of her card, let me scoot this over. She took a piece from the poppies, and this is the stripe. But first, she took the rich gold Mary, and oh my, you know what? Lene borrowed that from me this morning, and I don't have it. So it's the rich gold Mary. You know what that is because we use it all the time. And cut a piece to fit inside her card. Now, the directions are down below. You can just click on the card and we'll give you complete directions, so that will help. So she did that one piece, and then this stripe that has the poppies, that comes out of the poppies 6x6 pattern cardstock. Another reason that you may want to get it. And so that's going to be 6 inches, but then you need another piece, and that's going to go at the top. That's on the other side of this same piece, and again, the measurements are down below in the instructions. Now, the woman is clever, and so what she did, and you'll see this a couple of times, she took this piece, foam taped it in between the two pieces here, but then she used this one that says Forever in Our Hearts and glued it over the Handmade for You. So basically, she took the handmade piece, instead of putting it on the back of her card and signing it, she used it as a decorative element. So you get options, and I have to tell you, I probably wouldn't have thought of that, so thank you, Heidi. Now, more of the poppies were cut out here and foam taped here and here. Again, that's out of the poppies collection, which of course beautifully coordinates with that. Now, she did do another bow out using the bow maker and the orange collection, and then added more of the jewel dazzles. Now, the other thing that I promised to show you is all the other flowers. So let me just briefly show you. There are a total of 8 of them. You get 2. I've shown you, you get 2 of each. I've shown you 2 of them. Here is, this is called Thinking of You. This is called Thanks a Bunch with the hydrangeas. And this is got all kinds of pansies, very colorful. Here we've got some, it's called A Happy Home with some plants. That's clever. And we've got some sunflowers, which are always bright and charming. And then we have some lavender. So you can see, all of them have the card base on the left-hand side. Okay, so that is the Quick Cards Fabulous Flowers. Now we're going to go into the Quick Cards Into the Wild. And this is our first one, and it is wild. We'll get in even closer just so you can see it. But first, let me show you the sheet that Heidi used. So again, this is the card, and you can see the foiled elements. But what Heidi did this time is she used our blue glimmer cards. They come with envelopes, and they look like this, and you can see it right here. So that becomes your card base. No, you won't get the Post-it note on it. We'll take that off. Okay, oh goodness. Okay, now that is what she's done for her card base. The fold is at the top, so it is a horizontal card. And then, do you see how black that is? How it's saturated black? Well, that's because it's suede. And here is our, it's got some lint on it. If you buy this, yours won't have lint. 8.5 by 11 sheets. They are suede, and you can pet them. Yes, they are just really nice. So she cut the piece to be a bit smaller, and that works nicely. Now, to add the suede to the glitter, extra sticky tape is really going to serve you well. So that's going to, you could just do it at the top and bottom. You don't have to do all of it, and that will work nicely. Now, what she also did is, again, she used this strip and cut that to be the 6.5 inches, and then use the paw prints border on top and attach them. And again, you can use the extra sticky tape at the edges. You can just use glue in the middle. You know what I forgot to tell you, my goodness, is this piece. We've got the black, and then we've got this. And that is going to come right here. So the cards are, there's the score line. So you're going to take one of them and cut it out. And just, again, attach it with extra sticky tape onto the suede. Sorry about that, I got ahead of myself. So the glitter card stock, and then the suede, then the cutout, then you've got the border. Okay, now we can get to that lion, and that has been foam taped in place. Happy birthday, tiger. Well, that's glued here and then foam taped here, so that works nicely. Now again, we're using the orange ribbon set, which is really just perfect. And she has zotted 2 bows made with the bow maker. And then she also used these jewel dazzles. These are the copper, and they are quite beautiful. You can see that she's just got some right in the corner, a large and 2 small, and then just a couple of dots, and then a dot right there. So that finishes the front of her card. Going to the inside, so what she did, so this part was the front of the card, then this part is what she has used, but she has placed it this way. So this is a 5-inch square, and she glued it to this side of her card. And then to use up the rest of the space, she went back to the suede and simply glued that, and so that they are overlapping, so there's none of the cards showing. Now this is another of the die cuts, and that's been placed on top of this border. Now she used one of the borders on the front, but this is the second border. It says, "Go get 'em, tiger." And that she did with extra sticky tape onto the suede, and then foam taped that tiger. Then over here again, she has used the Handmade Just For You, foam taped it, but she put "For Someone Totally Possum" right on top of it. And then added another bow, made it and zotted it. More of those copper jewel dazzles are there. And then You're Great, that was another of the toppers. So lots going on the inside of the card as well as the front. So that's fun. Now, our last card is this one. And she has used this piece with an elephant. I love elephants. It's called Unforgettable Day. Well, that's fun. And you can see that this is the card that you're going to cut out. The score line is here. And she has folded it with the fold at the top. So there you go. Again, you want to burnish that. Now, in this case, she took the border that has this geometric design and has foam taped it, about 1/4 of an inch from the left side. Now, the Lots of Love is glued and foam taped at the top. It is about, I'd say a little more than 1/2 of an inch from the fold. The elephant itself is foam taped, and then Have an Unforgettable Day. Now, what Heidi likes to do is she likes to have kind of a bow look, B-O-W look. So the center is foam taped and each side is glued down. So there's just a little bit of a dimension. Now, to embellish this, she has used the gold studs. They are self-adhesive. She just has one there. And then I like how she put 3 down here. So that's a nice balance to her card. On the inside of her card, she used the other border, which says To Someone Special, and glued that, I'd say about 1.25 inches from the fold, and then glued this tag down and then foam taped this one, added more of the studs right here, and then 3 here. Notice this is going horizontally where they're going vertically on the front of the card. Now that's 2 of Into the Wild, but here are the others. You have a very sweet panda bear. It says the title is Love and Hugs. You have a gorilla, and this is a Go Ape. The Whale of a Time, as you can see, very beautiful art. And we have a Berry Good Day with our little bear. And we have a wolf called Be Fierce. And we have the lion pack, so leader of the pack. So those are the other 6. And as I said, you get 2 of each. So that's Into the Wild and Fabulous Flowers. Quick cards are just exactly that. They're going to be fast to make. Whether you follow the directions and just use what's included, which is a lot, or if you add a few extra things like Heidi has done and maybe manipulate the end result, all of the directions are included in the package. But they're pretty easy to follow. You're going to get a total of 32 cards, so that's really nice. And there is a money saver. Of course, there's always a money saver. It's on the right-hand side of your screen. As I said, there are directions. Just click on whichever card you want to see, and you'll see the directions. They'll appear also on the right side of your screen. Now, if you happen to be watching us on YouTube, we hope that you will subscribe. We always want to be liked, so you can click that button. And if you'd like, leave a comment. But please head on over to paperwishes.com. We would love to have you take advantage of the money saver, because you might as well save some bucks there, and take a look at the instructions if you would like to have those. And you can always print off the card fronts too, just as another reminder. And I do want to thank Heidi for doing, as always, a very clever way of using the products. And I would like to thank you for being the best part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.